Hey guys, so today I want to show you guys how to hand express, but most importantly I'm going to be sharing with you guys the benefits of hand expression, how it increases your breast milk supply, and all the other benefits it has for you as a breastfeeding mother. So for starters, you might be wondering, why should you hand express, or why should you incorporate hand expression into your breastfeeding journey? Well, most importantly, or to even begin with, at the start of your breastfeeding journey, most moms don't have a lot of breast milk at the beginning of their breastfeeding journey. And for those moms who have actually had a C-section birth, it's even harder. It gets harder on them, on their bodies, for them to be able to produce a lot of milk at the beginning of their breastfeeding journey. So remember, one way of helping yourself increase your breast milk supply is by taking the milk out of your breast, because the moment you start taking milk out, your body is going to be getting a message that, hey, you need to produce more milk. All right, so when you give birth, the breasts start producing breast milk, but they're starting with very little breast milk. If your baby is able to breastfeed, well and good, just breastfeed them frequently, and you will start seeing an increase in your breast milk supply. However, if you're a C-section mom, sometimes these moms are feeling so weak. Sometimes their bodies are already affected by the medicines that have been injected into their system, so they're actually less likely to produce breast milk faster compared to a mom who has had a normal birth or a vaginal birth. So you might have to hand express to help your body send those messages that, hey, we need more milk. So you'll have to do what we call hand expression. Sometimes you actually give birth to a baby and they are rushed to NICU, which is the intensive care unit for the babies. Yeah. So if your baby is there, then sometimes you actually cannot get the baby out to breastfeed them directly. So still, what you can do is what we call hand expression. You use your hands and something small, maybe a spoon or a small container, collect some milk out of your breasts, and then you feed the baby from there, because they can't give you the baby to breastfeed them directly. Yeah. So those are some of the reasons why a mother would have to hand express at the beginning, at the very beginning of their breastfeeding journey. Now, if all is well and you're back home with your child, there are still so many other reasons as to why you should hand express. One is definitely to increase your breast milk supply. So you're home, you start breastfeeding, you start realizing that, oh, I think I don't have enough. Though sometimes some moms think they don't have enough breast milk when they actually do have enough. So I do have a video sharing on how you can get to know that your baby is actually getting enough breast milk. Yeah, check it out. Its link is in the description box. If you're worried or you think your baby is not getting enough breast milk, I have that video which will guide you to understand whether you have enough breast milk or not, whether your baby is getting enough or not. Now, back to our topic. When you start breastfeeding your baby and then you realize you need to increase your breast milk supply, breast milk works with the law of demand and supply. So the more the demand, the more the supply. The more you let out breast milk out of your breasts, the more your breasts will increase their breast milk supply, the more they'll bring out breast milk here. So when you realize you have a low breast milk supply, please just do what we call hand expression. Use your hands to get the milk out, and it will send a message to your breast, and they will produce more breast milk. So therefore you'll be increasing your breast milk supply. And that's if you don't have a pump. Now, if you have a pump, still you must have to hand express. This is why at the beginning of your breastfeeding journey, just like I said, you do not have a lot of breast milk at the start. So when you start with pumping, first of all, you're going to collect very little breast milk, but unfortunately, you're going to lose some of that milk in the breast pump parts. As it goes through the parts, you're going to lose some of it because it's so little anyway. Yeah. However, when you hand express, say you get a small container, small as this, and then you put it directly on your breasts and hand express, you're getting the milk directly, and you're not going to be losing anything. Yeah. All right. So, but also when you use a pump, sometimes the pump stops its function at some point and it's not bringing out more milk. And yet, if you hand express after the pumping session, you realize that you'll be getting more milk out. So that means hand expression also helps you collect more milk compared to a pump, right? Yes. Now, how do we hand express? Okay. For starters, clean hands. All right. clean hands. So you must have washed your hands. The container you're going to use must definitely be clean, because we do not want to contaminate this very healthy, nutritious gold, which is the breast milk for your baby. So we are going to be using this. I'm going to borrow this lady. So this is what I'm going to be showing with you guys, how to hand express. Now, of course, shut off. Then you have to start off with massaging your breasts. Massaging your breast is just gonna help you melt that breast milk in there, so you'll be able to collect more milk than when you don't massage and just start off hand expressing. Most importantly, you can start off with a warm compress. If you're in the hospital, you know, some hospitals do actually offer those, what are they called? Hot packs or something. But you can simply just use warm water. Use a cotton cloth, dip it in warm water, and then just use it to massage around your breasts. That warmth that you're putting on the breasts is going to help melt the milk in there and, you know, help you collect more milk out. So this is another way of increasing your breast milk supply, using a warm cloth to massage your breasts, or any warm compression to massage your breasts. All right, yes, that's one. And then after this massage, remember, the milk comes from the breasts, not the nipples, please. The nipple is just an outlet where the milk is coming out from, but the milk comes from the breast, okay? So you have to massage the breast while compressing it a bit, yeah? You massage while doing this, so that, you know, the milk gets ready to come out of the breasts, yeah? Okay, and then after that, you're going to start collecting our milk. So this is our collection container that should definitely be clean, and then you start massaging those breasts. Put the container right at the nipple. Please remember, do not press the nipple, do not squeeze the nipple. You'll end up having nipple maybe bruises or something. So don't press the nipple, don't press the areola, that black part around the nipple, just the breast. The breast is what we are massaging. So put your collection container and start squeezing slowly by slowly. Now you will realize that as you squeeze, the breast milk will start flowing out, yeah? So squeeze as you turn the hand, because we have breast milk all over this breast. So as you turn and keep squeezing and squeezing to get out the milk. Also, if you notice the milk has stopped, you can switch to the other breast, yeah? And do the same thing, squeeze in different directions. By the way, when you realize the milk is pouring, you hold, yeah? So let's say I squeeze like this, then when the milk starts pouring, you hold that squeeze, yeah? You hold it, then when it stops, you let go, and then do the squeeze again, and then you start. So if you've already mastered your breast milk flow and you already have a lot of milk coming out, when you start this massage, the milk will definitely start coming out. But if it's at the start of your breastfeeding journey, you might have to do something like constant squeezing before the milk starts coming out. So you do this constant squeezing. When you realize it has started coming out, then you can, you know, do slowly, hold, it pours, then you let go and do that again. So guys, basically that's how you can do your hand expression, and then you'll be able to collect some milk out for your baby. Now let's talk breast engorgement, yeah? So hand expression also helps with breast engorgement. So breast engorgement is when you feel like your breasts are really full of breast milk and you need relief, you know? You need to let out that breast milk. So you can still do your hand expression the way I've showed you guys. Do hand express and collect the milk out, and then you'll definitely feel a lot of relief after that. Same thing with clogged ducts, yes? So if you find yourself having a clogged ducts and your nipples are so painful, the breast itself, you're feeling clamps in there and the breasts are so painful, yes, still you can do what we call hand expression. Get that milk out using your hands and you will feel a lot much better. Also, if you're looking at increasing your breast milk supply, same thing, hand express that milk out, yeah? The more you get out that milk, the more your body will produce more milk. The other point is, if you want to build a stash, if you want to build a breast milk stash, say you're a working mom, so maybe you have just a month with your baby and then you have to get back to work, start hand expressing immediately. When you start hand expressing immediately, it's going to help you build that stash. So hand express, it's going to help you increase your breast milk supply. Every time you feel your breasts are full and your baby is also full, hand express. Every time you breastfeed your baby, actually, if you want to collect a stash, every time you finish breastfeeding, hand express. It will be sending a message to your body that, hey, you need to produce more milk. This is not enough, yeah? So yes, every time you're done breastfeeding your baby, hand express and keep a stash. Keep a stash so that when it's time for you to get back to work, you're not worried about not having enough breast milk back at home for your baby. However, some moms also end up having a lot of breast milk after doing hand expression for some good time. An oversupply of breast milk. Now, when you realize that you're getting an oversupply of breast milk, like you're collecting enough already, you feel like your stash, what you're collecting is enough, and your baby is also getting enough, but your breasts are always full and they are leaking, and then maybe every time your baby is breastfeeding, they are choking on the breast milk because, you know, a lot of it is coming out each time. Remember, we said the more you get out breast milk, the more your body will produce. The less you get out, the less your body will produce. So you can take a break from the hand expression and let your breasts normalize. When you stop, you will realize that even that overflow will stop, okay? So take a break. Even if it's pumping that you are doing, let the breast relax a bit. You will realize that there will be a ditch in your breast milk supply, and you realize that your baby will start latching normally. And then if you feel like you're okay with what your breasts are giving you, then you can just keep just doing that, breastfeeding your baby. If you feel like, okay, they have stabilized and you want to still keep a stash, then you can still go back to hand expressing again, but maybe you can reduce the number of times you're hand expressing. If you still want to keep a stash, so you still need this hand expression, just reduce the number of times you are doing it, because remember I said every time you give a feed, hand express. Now reduce. So maybe I'll be hand expressing, say, just 3 times a day or twice a day. So this will help regulate your breast milk supply. Now guys, I'm sure this video was so helpful to you. Please do give it a like and subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe to my channel for more of these breastfeeding great tutorials, yeah? And I do have a whole playlist on breastfeeding tutorials. Now for the moms who are suffering with a low breast milk supply, on top of hand expression, I have another video guiding you on what more other things to do in order to increase your breast milk supply. So I've put its link in the description box. Please do check it out and find out which other ways you can increase your breast milk supply, yeah? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.